can't do this. I can't do this. I forget to start. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to Orioles Podcast Feud, hosted by Give That Fan a Podcast. This is a Family Feud-style double elimination trivia-ish off-season tournament featuring your featuring your favorite Orioles podcasts. We appreciate you tuning in to watch the show. You can follow along with us live on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. Audio versions can be found later on Spotify, Apple, pretty much wherever you want. Everything is posted to UtahStreetReport.com. I do not own the rights to the upcoming intro music. Please don't yell at me. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Orioles Podcast Feud. I am here with a couple teams that played at the very beginning of the tournament. We haven't had them back since, but we're getting that second round matchup going. No risk of elimination tonight. Paul and Zach, the bat around. I'll start with you guys. How are we feeling coming into tonight's episode?
Like I said, if it's objective stuff, I feel good. If it's subjective, not so much. But we'll give it a shot and see how we do at the end.
Yeah,
Zach,
I'm kind of nervous. I'm ready to go. Paul's got some high expectations here, so just hoping that I can live up to them for him.
I've gotten some live texts from Paul during other matchups, rattling off all the answers that you knew, and I've tried to keep an eye on it during the show, but there's a competitive bone in Paul's body that I know he's itching to get out of. Matt and Josh, does that worry you guys?
It doesn't worry me at all. I'm just here for a good time, guys. Just here for a good time.
Right. We made it past the first round. That's all that matters.
Hey, I know. I thought about not even showing up, just walking away after one win.
Oh, like the Ravens.
Here I
am. Oh, man. Do I need to take this hoodie off? Damn.
I was going to wear my Ravens hoodie. I'm glad I didn't.
I went with the Orioles hoodie. I've gone jacket for all the episodes of this so far, but it's a Sunday night. I've been relaxed watching football all day. We're going hoodie. It's no disrespect, but the jacket will return. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the bracket just so that everybody has an idea of where we stand at the moment. So the loser will head down to the loser's bracket and face Florida Prospect Report down here. The winner will advance to face the Warehouse Pod, the only 2-0 team we have remaining in the tournament. The home team of that one will be decided with a coin toss. No complaints acceptable.
Oh, man. I just saw that Liam Hendricks has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin lymphoma. He's beginning treatment for that. I just saw that. Sorry, not to be a downer at the beginning of the show.
Right when I tried to lay down a joke.
Right. he pulls out the Bengals dig.
I take a dig at the Bengals, and then Liam Hendricks. We wish him the best. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is not fun. Cancer is a scary word. Former Oriole. So our thoughts are with him, absolutely, and hope he's back on the mound at the beginning of the year.
Yes, sir.
See how his recovery goes.
Sorry to be a downer there, guys. I was just
it's. Yeah, I should have mentioned that at the top of the show, but my coin toss joke is irrelevant now, I guess.
No, Paul was just getting ahead of the first question of which former Orioles have cancer.
Oh, man.
Oh, my. Well, okay. We'll get there. We'll get there in a little bit.
Oh, man.
It could get interesting.
Start the show.
Got our scoreboard, and we're going to go ahead and move on to question number 1, if that's good with the rest of the group.
Please.
I believe everybody's clear with the rules. For those of you at home, first team to 250 or the leader after 5 rounds will advance. Teams will have a chance to steal, and when they steal, they can continue guessing until they receive a strike. Other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same as Family Feud. We're going to start, because this is how you're situated on my screen, with Paul and Josh. And remember to buzz in using the private chat feature. So make sure you are ready for that. All right. Paul and Josh. First question, there are 100 points available. The top 8 answers are on the board. Excluding catchers, name an Oriole who played infield with Brooks Robinson. Paul.
Mark Belanger.
Mark Belanger comes in at number 2. Josh, if you can get the number 1 answer, then your team gets the choice.
Boog Powell.
Yep. Should have
Boog
gone
Powell
with that one.
All right,
is
Pat.
indeed number 1, which means Section 336. You guys get to decide
Do we
if
wanna
you'd
play
like to
this?
pass
There's
or
6
play.
more, Matt. That's a lot.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
not
think of one.
confident about.
I've got one in my head.
Yeah, I got one in my head too.
right.
Played infield.
The clear top 2 are out of the way.
Yeah. I don't know, Josh. We need to pass or play.
Let's pass. Okay,
pass.
they got to get 6. I don't think even Paul can get 6.
All right.
I guess we'll see. Zach, we are going to start with you. Excluding catchers, name an Oriole who played infield with Brooks Robinson.
Yeah, look, this is not my wheelhouse. I'm going to guess Luis Aparicio.
A good guess indeed. Comes in at number 4 on the board. Paul, back up to you.
Davey Johnson.
Nicely done. 4 for 4 so far.
Nice.
Still have 3 strikes to work with, but there are still 4 answers on the board. Zach, you got Aparicio out of the way. Is there any more up in your head?
Yeah, this is really tough. I think, Brooks retired, I want to say late 70s. I'm going to take a wild guess and say Eddie Murray played with him.
No.
Probably too late.
Yeah. What?
Oh, okay. Let's take
Eddie Murray. Okay, this is one of the more interesting factoids of the show. Brooks' final season was 1977. Eddie Murray's first season was 1977. Brooks didn't play a whole lot that year, and Eddie Murray was the primary DH. There was one game in 1977 in which Eddie Murray played first base while Brooks Robinson was a third. One game.
Wow.
So factually correct. He did get 3 guesses, so he's on the board. Well done, Zach. Paul, we're back up to you. Excluding catchers, name an Oriole who played infield with Brooks Robinson.
Doug DeSenseis.
That's strike number 1. And I think DeSenseis was a little past. I think he was still with the Angels, if I'm correct, but did not play infield with Brooks as an Oriole.
Really?
Zach, back to you.
There is a 1966 Orioles pendant in my basement that has a bunch of names on it, and I'm gonna throw one out there because Brooks is on the list. So Russ Snyder is on this list. I have no idea who that is. Never heard of him. But let's see if he played with Brooks Robinson. It's my best guess.
I like the effort.
He's some like bullpen guy, I'm sure.
That probably. Clearly,
All right.
he had to be good enough to be on the pendant, though.
That's true. All right. 1 strike left to work with. Paul, there are 3 answers remaining. If you can give me one of them, your team will continue. If not, Section 336 will have a chance to steal.
See, the thing is, I think I know one. I might know 2, but I think the other one played a little bit after. I think I know 1, but do I want to give them more points? Because I'm not sure they know any. I think we got the ones that they know.
It's fair. Yeah.
Bobby Grich.
Ooh. Okay.
Bobby Grich is indeed on the board. That's a few more points. If your team can maintain the board, those points will go to you. If not, they may end up over with Section 336. Zach, we're back to you. Excluding catchers, name an Oriole who played infield with Brooks Robinson.
Look, I'm out of good guesses here, Paul. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm
Frank.
out. No,
maybe
don't-
Frank
no,
Robinson played
don't-
first base for a day.
Sorry.
Maybe he played first base for a day. Yeah, I mean, I'll go with that. Outside of those 70s teams, 60s teams, I don't know a lot of them. So I'll go Frank. Maybe he played first base.
What?
We'll take
Frank did play a little bit of first base.
Oh, no.
He did play a
All
little
right.
first base. Not a guy you'd think of as an infielder.
Man.
No.
That's the correct answer.
Oh, my
Did get enough votes to
goodness.
end up on the board. There is 1 answer remaining. Paul, if you can get it, you sweep the board. If not, Section 336 will have a chance. Excluding catchers, name an Oriole who played infield with Brooks Robinson.
Rich Dower. Is it Rich
so
Rich
Dower?
Dower is
careful.
going to be strike 3.
Mm.
Heading over to Section 336, you guys may discuss at this point
You have
if you
someone,
can
Matt?
pull that last name out.
No, I mean just
No.
well done, Paul and
Yeah.
Zach. They
No.
crushed it.
Names I thought of are on the board.
I'm a little annoyed we didn't play it, but they would have probably stolen with Bobby Grich anyway. Because I would not gotten that one.
No.
Yeah, I don't have. I got nothing.
I don't have anything. You
No, I hope our dad does not watch this. But no, I have
Right.
You
nothing.
can throw me
Yeah.
a name, or you can surrender the points. It's up to you
Do
guys.
you have a name, Josh? I have no
Uh,
name.
no. I got no name.
All right,
You
we
wanna-
surrender
you
the
wanna just throw
points.
someone out there? Because there might be something weird like Frank Robinson and Eddie Murray.
I can't
So-
believe Frank got one. That's crazy.
When
Nicely
did
done.
Cal,
He got
Cal
4.
started 83, right? So he's
Yeah.
later. Brooks didn't come back and play like one game, right?
No.
So who's
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
without catchers? Go on. We surrender.
We surrender.
I think it was
All right, 99 points go to the bat
I
around.
throw out Rick
Hank
Dempsey.
Bauer. Is it Hank Bauer?
It is not Hank Bauer. It is Jerry Adair.
Oh yeah,
There
we
you
should have all
dare.
done that.
That's a
Rick
tough one.
Adair's brother. I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
I only know him from baseball cards. That's about it. And then
Zach?
I should have asked a wider demographic because Jim Gentile, I think, should have been on the board. And Don Buford was an outfielder primarily, but did play a little infield with Brooks as well. Back in the day.
See, I almost went Jim Gentile, but it was Doug DeCinces the catcher and Jim Gentile was the third baseman. Did I flip that?
DeCinces, I think, was a primary outfielder.
I'm pretty sure he was an infielder. I think he was a third baseman. Either he was one of those.
Oh,
Two was
I
a
don't know.
catcher.
I don't know, honestly.
But
My
Zach,
dad would be able to tell you. My dad reminds me he asked me like once a year if I heard of how Orioles magic started with Doug DeCinces. And he's told me the same story every time, and it's great. Give me a second
Zach,
here.
that was huge with Eddie Murray and Frank Robinson. I can't believe that was
Random
huge.
guesses, to be honest with you, but hey, it worked out.
It did work out.
So much
indeed.
for recency effect.
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah,
mind the
I
old school
did-
questions. I
No, I
appreciate the
like
old
it.
school. Yeah,
Yeah.
I went back for that one a
I
little
like
bit.
that.
All right, let me share this back up. Okay. 99 points on the board for the bat around. Only missed that last point from Jerry Adair. Not a lot of questions where I included 1-point answers, but there are a couple. That was one of them. We're going to move on now to question number 2.
All right, Matt, we got to take this whole board.
All right, I'm gonna
Um,
buzz in first and play.
You know what? Give me.
If we clear the
I need
board,
to
that's
edit
100.
one
We'll
thing
take the lead.
actually.
Good math,
Give me
Josh.
1 second. I need to fix something real quick that I just realized I didn't do before the show. While I'm gone, Paul and Zach, Josh and Matt, whoever would like to take this question, who do you want to be the Orioles' backup first baseman in 2023? Just to fill a couple minutes of time here.
That's currently on the.
You mean
on the Orioles now?
besides catchers? Is this another besides catchers question?
It can be whoever you want. Not Adley Rutschman. It could be someone in the system now, someone outside the system, someone you'd like to trade for, someone you'd like to sign.
Oh,
Lewin Diaz.
If it's somebody that we're trading for, then give me Vladdy.
I'll take Pete Alonso.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll go with
trend for him.
Otani. He can. I'm sure he can play first.
Yeah,
If we're just throwing names out there, that make no sense.
Like Frank Robinson, he can play first.
It made me so happy that everyone was like Ryan O'Hearn, like Michael Elias got his guy when they signed Ryan O'Hearn,
Right for 12
and then
hours.
and then the next day he's designated for assignment. That made me happy. I was
Can
glad
Nomar
to see that.
Mazzara play first base?
I
I
think
think
he
he
can.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Nomar
Probably
Mazzara.
could.
Is this Ryan
I'm on the
just trying
Brandon
to
Belt
get us
train.
to bring Trey Mancini back?
Oh,
It is
man.
not. I'm fine with Trey going elsewhere. Not that I don't love the guy.
If Trey spent his offseason learning how to hit left-handed, maybe it would work out. That's
Right.
Only thing in his
Yep.
way.
I think I actually am on the Brandon Belt train too. Zach's the one
Yeah.
that gave the only serious answer here. I think I'm on the Brandon Belt train myself.
Yeah, I would be good with that.
Could certainly get down with Brandon Belt. All right. Thank you for bearing with me there. I just had to update
All right, we're
a
down to
couple
6
different boards that we're
questions.
going to
Got
use.
it.
So yeah, there are 6 answers on the board this time around. It's going to be Zach and Matt. Up to you, gentlemen, to buzz in for this one.
All right.
As you can see, the top 6 answers on the board. There are 98 points available for question number 2. Zach and Matt, name a former Orioles minor league affiliate. Zach.
I'm running out of thoughts here. I was gonna buzz in no matter what here, but that is a tough question.
Yeah, if you don't have an answer, I'm gonna have to move on to the next.
You know
one.
what? I don't have an answer. I don't know.
Really?
Okay, Matt.
I'll go with the most recent, the Frederick Keys.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh
Zach.
yeah. I was thinking way back.
You don't. It's a little bit of both, but yeah, Frederick Keys, the most recent former affiliate. They still exist, but no longer with the Orioles. Section 336. Would you guys like to pass or play?
Josh, you want to try to play it? I have one that comes
better
immediately to
play.
mind.
We
You
better
want to just
play.
try to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just play. Let's play. I want to play.
Let's give it a shot. All right, Josh. Up to you.
The
Name a
Sun.
former Orioles minor league affiliate.
The Suns.
Hagerstown Suns on the board. Matt, we're back to you. You had one in your head. Was that it?
No, and I get confused about the names here. The Rochester Red Wings, was that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Rochester Red Wings, indeed. I believe Cal Ripken played for them
Yeah.
back in
He
the
played for the Suns
earlier
also.
80s. Yep. 3 answers remaining. Still have 3 strikes to work with. We'll see if you can keep up the momentum, Josh. Name a former Orioles minor league affiliate.
I'm blanking right now. I'm thinking.
I'll give you a sec.
I feel like we had something else up there in Pennsylvania. I'm blanking. I'm out.
All right. It's going to be strike
Hope you
one
got
then
one,
for
Matt.
section 336. Matt, you're shaking your head. Are you all out?
Yeah, I don't have one. I will say a name, but I'm just going to stall a little bit to give Josh some time to think. I will say the Harrisburg Baby Birds.
Harrisburg Baby Birds is not on the board. I like the effort, though. Josh, your team has 2 strikes. There are 3 answers remaining on the board. 76 points as it stands now on the board. Can you name a former Orioles minor league affiliate?
I'm going to go with were the Durham Bulls ever attached to us back in the day? Nope.
The Durham Bulls were not part of the Orioles. The bat around, Paul and Zach, you guys have a chance to steal. You may discuss amongst yourselves.
The only one that comes to mind is Bluefield. I want to say Bluefield, like the Bluefield Blues. I don't know if that's what they were called, but I think Bluefield was an Orioles affiliate at one point.
This is not something I know much about, so let's go with that.
Yeah, Bluefield.
Unbelievable.
Bluefield Orioles.
Wow, nice.
Nicely done on the steal there. That is 85 points, I think. There are still 2 answers remaining. You may continue to guess. You said that was all you had in your head, but there are 2 answers left. And since you successfully stole the board, you may continue to rack up points if you can name another former Orioles minor league affiliate.
Yeah, I mean, they're an independent league, but the York Revolution obviously is one of them that's pretty close, but I doubt that would have been affiliated at any point.
No, because they were a new team, and Chris Hoyles was their first manager, and they were independent.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else, but I mean, I can't think of any names. So I'm gonna pass. The fact that we got 85 points and I only knew 3 of these, I'm good.
All right, 85 points it is. I'll go ahead and reveal the final 2 answers. Coming in at number 6, the Charlotte O's, also for a time were the Charlotte Knights, affiliated with the Orioles. And number 3, I know you'll all know this as soon as I flip it over, the Ottawa Lynx.
Oh, that was for like 2 years.
Yep.
And it was so
I
damn cold
did not
up
know
there.
that.
It was so damn cold up there that I think that's what it was. That they just couldn't do it anymore. They were playing in like 20 degrees in May.
Yeah.
That's insane.
No fun.
I
And then
totally forgot about them.
honorable mentions, the Asheville O's. I don't know if that's just a guess I got or if that was just a team that had one. Everyone mentioned at least one of the current affiliates. Or I shouldn't say that. Every current affiliate was mentioned at least once. And then someone said the Hartford Yard Goats. I don't know. I don't know if they misunderstood the question or just couldn't come up with one.
I knew there was another one that began with an A, and it's definitely Asheville, and I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, I think they were another one that was very, very brief.
Yeah.
In their time. All right.
Asheville has the Travelers now, I think. So it could have been that, but I doubt it.
I think they're the Tourists.
Tourists, that's right, not Travelers.
Asheville
Yeah,
I just lost my sound. What?
Yeah, well,
Are
we can't win if you lost sound. You want to blame that excuse? Oh no, we lost.
We can hear
Matt.
him.
Great.
We'll give him a second.
I was trying to think of down in that North Carolina area because I'm always surprised how far Birdland pours into that area.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot down there. My fiance's sister and husband and niece live down there, and in Raleigh, and I went to a Durham Bulls game, which was just one of the coolest minor league stadiums you could imagine. I hardly spent any time in my seat. I was just wandering around. Really cool down there. Matt, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Sorry about that.
Good. No problem. No problem at all. All right. So as it stands now, the bat around with 184 points, section 336, not yet on the board, but it is still anyone's game.
Still anyone's game.
Right.
It's always still anyone's game.
I feel
Till
good
the
about
end,
this
I
next one.
Right. For one more question.
All right. So I believe your order is still the same, which means Paul and Josh, question number 3 will be yours to buzz in on. There are 99 points available. The top 8 answers are on the board for Paul and Josh. And I do want to preface this question by saying 2 things. Number 1, there has been a little bit of movement, just a bit, since I did this survey. So keep that in mind. I clustered answers together based on what makes sense. Okay. I guess is how I'll say that without giving away what it is. And then you can give me a person or a place as your answer. And that will make more sense after I read the question. All right, Paul and Josh, fill in the blank. When I want to read an article about the Orioles, I turn to blank. Paul.
The Baltimore Sun.
Oh, sorry. Let me pull up the question. Baltimore Sun coming in at number 3. So you see how that makes sense, where I bunched the publications with the people and all that. All right, Josh, if you can give me a higher answer on the board.
Masson and Rock.
It's number 1.
Masson, Rock, Steve Molesky. I grouped those together for Masson.
Right.
Section 336, would you guys like to pass or play?
I think we have to play, right, Matt?
Yeah, we have to. I'm shocked there's 8 people who write about the Orioles, but okay, we'll play. Yeah, let's play.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going. Matt, we're down to you. Fill in the blank. When I want to read an article about the Orioles, I turn to blank.
I'll go with Dan Connolly in The Athletic.
Dan Connolly, The Athletic, coming in at number 2. Still 5 left on the board. Josh, can you give me another one?
Yeah, since it's coming from you and this podcast, I'll go with Utah Street Report.
I did not fudge the numbers. That actually did get enough votes to be on the board. Utah Street Report coming in as the number 8 answer. Matt, back down to you.
Yeah, I'll go with John Mioli.
John Mioli, who I believe is flying solo now, writes on his Substack site, but did make it onto the board. 3 answers left. You still have all 3 strikes to work with. Josh, fill in the blank. When I
Um,
want to read an article about the Orioles, I turn to blank.
MLB trade rumors. All right, that's just me, I guess.
That's going to be strike number one. You will see MLB trade rumors in the honorable mentions, others receiving votes, but not quite enough to be on the board. Matt, back to you. 2 strikes to work with, 3 answers left on the board.
Yeah, I don't know if this is acceptable, but like Orioles.com? Or do you need to be more specific?
No, this is close. It fits the bill. MLB.com. The Orioles.com, it goes to MLB.com on the app. It's all on the Orioles page, which is where most people go when they go to MLB.com. Most Orioles fans. So I am going to count that. Still 2 answers left on the board. 2 strikes remaining. Josh, fill in the blank. When I want to read an article about the Orioles, I turn to blank.
I'm blanking on let's see. Was it Baltimore Baseball? Isn't that a site, baltimorebaseball.com? I think that's another one.
Yep.
It is, I think. Is that your guess?
Yeah, that's my guess.
If you could tell by my reaction, it is not on the
I think
board.
that's Conley's old site.
I think so. That's when you said
Yeah,
that.
that's where
came to mind.
Dubroff is. Where
Rich Dubroff, yeah.
Rich Dubroff is on
That's who
there.
it is.
Oh,
Dubrof's
yeah.
over there. All right.
That's
Who
right.
really deserves to be up here, by the way.
Yeah, that's strange that he's not.
Yeah, it's true. Very, very underappreciated. Anyway, there are 2 answers remaining, 1 strike left. Matt, fill in the blank. When I want to read an article about the Orioles, I turn to blank.
Yeah, I don't know if I should go more mainstream or more little niche here. The fact that Warner Baseball was on there, I'm going to go mainstream here. ESPN.
ESPN is strike number 3. Paul and Zach, you guys have a chance to steal and win the game if you can come up with an answer here. Fill in the blank. When I want to read an article about the Orioles, I turn to blank. You may discuss amongst yourselves.
Zach, what do you think about our stomping grounds, press box?
Possibly, but Baltimore Baseball didn't get any, so I don't know about press box. What about the Baltimore Banner?
Ooh.
They're up and coming.
Yeah, and that's where Kotzka is now.
That's true. That's true.
That's
There
where
has been some movement, like
Yeah,
Ryan
he said
mentioned.
that
There's been some
there's
movement.
been movement. Dude, I think we should go press box.
Really? Okay.
I think we should go
I guess we can't not go press box, I guess.
Yeah, I think we should go press box. We're gonna say press box, Ryan.
Okay.
Press box is incorrect. 83
Wow.
points to section 336.
All right.
Wow.
I find this question really interesting. Like, this is really where people are going to read their stuff.
Yeah, I think press box could answer too. Yeah.
I was annoyed that I missed press box. That's a good
Adley
answer.
Rutschman's been on the cover twice this year.
It's true.
Yeah, not quite
All right.
enough to make
So
it.
what's
Yeah.
5 and 6?
Yeah, I'm curious
What
too.
sites are we missing?
So here's our honorable mentions.
yeah,
MLB Trade
Fangraphs
Rumors,
is good.
Fangraphs.
Yeah.
Someone did say not Buster only. I appreciate that very much. He
Baltimore-
works for ESPN.
Someone said Baltimore Sports and Life.
Someone did, yeah.
Okay.
And then coming in at number 6, a little bit more broad, but it is a place you go when you want to find an article. Twitter.
Oh, see, I was thinking,
Okay.
I was
That's
thinking
stupid.
Twitter and thinking Reddit.
That's
and I was
no.
like, but they don't apply.
That's stupid.
for
That's
this.
not a publication.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
This
shouldn't apply.
question's,
That
this
has
question's
links to
screwed
that
up.
has links to publications. That's a cheap answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
What's
is,
number 5?
but
Is number 5 also a
It's,
cheap
it's
answer?
people responses. Yeah.
Is number 5
is not a
Facebook?
cheap answer. Remember, I talked to Paul the other day about maintaining the integrity of these with Aaron Judge being on instead of Rafael Devers for players who could hit the warehouse. That bothered me too. I kept it on there because it is a place you go when you want to find an article. But coming in at number 5, not a cheap answer, Camden Chat.
I have never read Camden Chat once in my life.
No, I thought they were just a forum.
Yeah.
No, they have articles.
It's like saying Twitter is like saying I go to
The computer.
I go
Right.
I go
Yeah.
to Facebook to the Orioles fan page. Like that's what saying Twitter is like.
You don't want to go there. That's
For the record, I get my majority of Orioles news from Facebook.com.
No, and I get a lot of the articles I read from Twitter, but I wouldn't answer
Well,
this question.
every single other one that was up there, you're getting from Twitter in the first
Right.
place. You can go on there and find them on there.
Right.
So it's a medium to get them. It's not exactly
All right.
where you
So
write
we
them,
all agree we're
but-
boycotting this game.
Let's just wait and see how this
Vote-
plays out. And before
Ryan, I think we
decide,
should void
Josh.
their points.
I understand the frustration, but keep in mind that if I did not include Twitter on the board, then MLB trade rumors would have been up there, which would mean more points to Section 336.
Exactly. That's my point.
Just to play devil's advocate there.
I take that back. All right.
As it stands now, 101-point lead for the bat around. Things can change, but they only need to win one more of these final two questions. We're going to move on to question number 4, which will be for Zach and for Matt. There are 97 points available. The top 7 answers are on the board. There should be no qualms with this question or any of its answers. Zach and Matt, name a Hall of Famer who did not enter the Hall as an Oriole but did play for them. Zach.
Messina.
Mike Messina, the number 1 answer, which means you guys get to decide if you'd like to pass or play.
What do you think, man?
Paul, I would say this is more your wheelhouse than mine again, because you have the 60s, 70s knowledge where a lot of these guys are going to come from. But I don't know if we're going to get 7 of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I can think of a couple off of the top of my head, and I can think of a couple that are deserving that aren't in. I say we pass.
I agree. Let's pass.
All right. Going to head over to Section 336 then. Matt, the board is yours. Name a Hall of Famer who did not enter the Hall as an Oriole.
I got nothing comes
but
to
did
mind.
play for them.
Yeah. I know my mind immediately goes to people like Rafael Palmeiro. No, but that's not my guess.
Do you freeze or are you thinking? Oh, no, you're there.
I'm there. Stop it. I'm not frozen.
You were so
No,
still for a minute.
I may use the frozen excuse to get this question. I mean, surely we I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I'll just throw it out there though. Josh, I hope you do better. Vladimir Guerrero.
The elder?
The elder, yes, the elder.
He is a Hall of Famer. That's a good answer.
Good.
That's not one of the ones I had.
He is in the Hall of
I was trying to
Fame.
think of these,
These
old free agents we signed.
That's the only one I knew.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
All right, Josh, back to you. Name a Hall of Famer who did not enter the Hall as an Oriole but did play for them.
See, I'm thinking of all the steroid guys that should be in there. Sosa never got in there, right? Because steroids. I'll go with Sosa while I think about another.
Sammy Sosa not in the Hall of Fame. I agree that he should be, but he's not. Matt, we're back down to you. Name a Hall of Famer who did not enter the Hall as an Oriole but did play for them.
Yeah, surely there's some pitchers in here, right? Man, it's frustrating. I feel like this is a question I should know more answers. I'm surprised at myself. Again, I'm going to throw out a random pitcher. Let me just throw out Jimmy Key. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but Jimmy Key, yeah.
Jimmy Key, incorrect. That's your second strike.
Shoot.
There are still 5 answers on the board.
Come on, man.
Josh, you need to give me one of
So
them, or the
you're
bat
going-
around will have a chance to steal and win the game.
You went that pitcher route. I'm thinking about that 1-year DH guy. We did a great job in the late 90s, early 2000s, bringing guys in for 1 year when they sucked. Burnt out guys. So I'm trying to think through that path and try to think of a guy that actually got into the Hall.
Shoot, Josh, wish you would talk that up last time.
Yeah, it would have been
You
helpful.
just brought something to mind.
I probably just reminded them of whatever guy I'm blanking.
Yeah, you're probably helping them now, too.
I'm
Yeah.
totally blanking on a big white guy.
I've got 3.
And I'm so mad at myself for not getting this one. Oh,
Paul's got 3. Pressure's on.
Yeah.
come on.
I'm picturing the guy. I can't come up with a name. Blanking on a.
Give you a few more seconds to come up with it.
Kurt Schilling.
Oh, I'm
Strike
so mad.
3.
Yeah.
All right.
For the win, Zach and Paul, you may discuss if you'd like to give me an answer, but you seem a little confident.
It's
What
Roberto
you got?
Alomar. Roberto Alomar.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be up there.
He's
I was thinking
gonna
I was thinking Aparicio for sure too.
Aparicio is going to be up there too, but let's go with Alomar.
Okay, let's go Alomar.
For the steal and the win, Robbie Alomar coming in as the number 5 answer. If you can give me a few more, you can rack up some more points. Not that it matters in the long run, but it's totally up to you guys.
Aparicio he's in the Hall of Fame with the White Sox.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Tim.
What about Lee Smith?
No, that's one I was going to say, but I know for a fact it's
Okay.
Tim Raines Sr. Tim Raines Sr.
Tim Raines
I got another one.
He did not receive enough votes
Wow.
to make it onto the board.
What about
So
Harold
your points will
Baines?
stop there at 61.
Ooh, Harold Baines.
Yeah.
Harold Baines is in the Hall of Fame. I always forget he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
He's good.
These points will not count, but Harold Baines is indeed on the board.
that's
There
the
are
one
2
I'm
more. Does
mad
anybody
I
have?
didn't get. Eastern
I
Shore
think-
boy, Harold
I
Baines.
think
Shoot.
I'm not sure if Lee Smith is in the Hall of Fame or not, but
I
you
think
know.
he is. Could be wrong though.
Lee Smith is not on the board.
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame. I think he only had like 330 career saves or something like that.
Who are those
Oh,
last two?
Jim Tomey.
Shit.
Jim
Tell
Tomey.
me.
That's,
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's a
what I
good
was
one,
trying
Jim
to think
Tommy.
of. That's my guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
The big
I
white
was-
guy.
I
I
kept
was waiting for
thinking Tim
some-
Gentile, and I'm like, it's
and
not
then-
him. It's not him.
The
I have
number
no
4
idea.
answer, everybody's going to know. Any guesses?
You said nobody's gonna know.
Everybody's going to know. Although I'm not sure you'd think of him as a Hall of Famer. I never got to see him play, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
of course.
Right.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
he like refused to come to the team until like May. It was like 1977.
yeah. And then Robin Roberts, Don Larson, and Tim Raines Sr., a few other names. Sammy Sosa got a couple votes,
He's
but
not in the Hall of Fame.
is not yet in the Hall of
Never
Fame.
will be.
Should be, but won't be. And with that, 61 points is going to go to the bat around for the steal, and that's going to end our game, which means they will advance to face the Warehouse Pod, hopefully this week, but we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Section 336 will head down to the losers bracket, where you will face, I believe it's Florida Prospect Report.
All right.
All right,
the next
we'll work our way through the losers.
Hopefully we
Yeah,
it's-
and we'll meet you guys again in the championship. All right.
Yeah,
That sounds
let's
good
do
to me.
let's link up in the championship. And
Yeah.
if it continues this way, that should be like mid-April.
That's exactly right.
I will say I am hoping to wrap this up by the time pitchers and catchers report. We'll see what happens with availability, but if I can continue to knock out 1 or 2 episodes a week, we're on a pretty solid pace. This was episode 8 out of 14, potentially 15. The bat around takes it with a score of 245, Section 336 with 83 points. Technically, no one hit 250, but the game's out of reach at this point, which means I'm going to save my 5th and final question for the next episode.
The
Guys,
subjective
how we
one.
feeling?
I feel
The more
good.
subjective one, yes.
Yeah, I feel good. I like you guys already know. I'm extremely competitive, so I think I'm the person. If I don't win, I'm going to take it the hardest out of all these podcasts. So I'm glad that we won.
In that case, I'm glad
Josh
that we
and Matt?
lost. I don't take it hard at all. I'm annoyed that I missed Roberto Alomar and Harold Baines, but other than that, I feel good.
And I'm glad we put points on the board.
That's right.
I don't want a goose egg.
That's right. It'd be embarrassing to get a goose egg.
That's more than we can say for a couple other
There you go.
teams. So nicely done. All right, I'm going to actually pull this off the board now because for some reason Twitter likes to use that thumbnail as the one it shows at the end of a broadcast. So anybody who wants to tune into the show on Twitter after it's done recording is just going to see the final score at the very beginning,
spoilers.
and that really annoys me. So I have to remember to pull it off of the screen before I end the broadcast, which I did last time, and it still showed the scoreboard. So I don't know how it works. I'm not going to pretend to know how it works. But in any event, I do have an outro that I'm going to play. I have to thank Derek and Tony at Utah Street Report for hosting the podcast. I have to thank Paul and Zach from the Bat Around, Josh and Matt from Section 336. Thank you all for tuning in on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. We appreciate you watching the show. And we will see you next time on Orioles Podcast Feud, hosted by Give That Fan a Podcast. the intro video. This is the outro.